You clicked on this video because you know it's true. You see it, you hear it, you feel it. The powers that be, society hates men today. There is a war on men. No matter what people try to say, no matter how much they try to gaslight us into believing it's not the case, it's there, it's in our faces, it's obvious. People like me and you know this to be true. And there's specific reasons why they hate us. And I'm going to tell you what those are and what you can do about it. Now, to understand why society hates us, well, why it's the elite, essentially, you have to understand about things about government and consumerism. These are the two main factors at play here. See, all governments, over a longer enough period of time, they will tilt and pretty heavily towards power and control over their population. And it's obvious in the West today that governments want control over their populations. If you don't think so, then you should click off this video because there's no hope for you. But in order to do that, in order to get full control over the population, you have to understand a few things. And what they've been able to understand, governments in recent history, they know for a fact, this is what I'm about to say is not sexist, it is a fact, it's an objective fact. There are statistics to back this up. Women are far easier to control. You see, if you push men far enough, they will fight back. Women won't. Women are far more agreeable than men, and they're far easier to manipulate than men. And that means they're also far more easier to manipulate to buy things. See, women buy more things than men as well. And like I said, this is not a sexist rant here. I'm not going off on women. I'm just pointing out facts here. Go look them up if you want. So governments in the West, they bend over backwards to accommodate the wants and desires of needs of women. That's why our society orientates itself around women. And to do that, you also have to demonize men. And governments hate us. They hate men for what we represent. We represent strength, courage, integrity, honor. And they know we would fight back. So they have to demonize us. They have to put us down, and they have to orientate themselves around women. And women buy more things. And so if you can do all that and organize themselves around a socialist utopia while also raising GDP, bingo, perfect, amazing. And that's the society we live in. We live in a society that markets itself to the desires of women, the consumerist desires of women, and the socialist desires of women. Women are far more likely to vote for big government, socialist government, especially when it suits them. And that is why they hate us. That is why society hates us. It hates masculinity. Has to demonize us. Has to put us down. Has to disrespect us. Has to disregard us. In all honesty, they would probably be very happy to have us wiped off the face of the earth. Because they know we are far more difficult to control. Now, we are being pushed. We are being pushed very far. So why are we not fighting back? In previous times, when we were disregarded, disrespected, left behind, as sexless as we are now as a society, as men today in a society, these men would fight back. They would get very violent. They would start the revolutions. Why is this not happening? We're being pacified. We're being pacified by porn and video games. And then you throw in the fact that testosterone is decreasing on average in ridiculously dramatic rates due to the plastics and chemicals in everyday foods and products and everything else. We don't have the fight in us. We don't have the fight. We're distracted, we're pacified, zombified. And it's sad to see. But the thing is, if you give up, and it's happening en masse. There's a lot of men completely giving up, completely checking out, even on themselves. If you do that, they win. This is what they want. They want to destroy your soul. They want to destroy you physically, mentally, and spiritually. And they're winning at the moment. See, we all have a flame inside of us. We all have this burning flame. And that flame represents strength, courage, honor, respect, brotherhood. All of these incredible positive traits of masculinity. Now, of course, women can have those traits as well, of course, but usually en masse it's men. And you have to do everything you can to keep that fire inside of you burning. Otherwise, they win. The system is doing everything it can to destroy men. So you have to find a way to get the system somehow to work for you. Get out of the system as much as you can. Manipulate the system. You see, it's never been a battle of the strongest. You know, it's not the survival of the fittest. Darwin didn't say that. It's the survival of the most adaptable. And we have to learn to adapt. If you get out of that corporate world that you despise, you hate, and you start a business, right, that allows you more free time or more money, you win. If you go and downgrade your lifestyle, work a job, pays a little bit less, or allows you more free time, and you're able to have less stress and have more hobbies in your life, you win. If you decide you are going to just absolutely fuck the corporate world and just climb up that ladder and be a killer, and you make it there, you win. If you want to go live in the woods and fend for yourself, and you do that successfully, you win. There are ways to do it. And also, maybe you can't change. Maybe you can't change your circumstances. Maybe you can't change your job, whatever it is. You can't get out of the place you are. Maybe you can't. Maybe you're stuck in the system in that way. But if you don't allow the external world to get to you, you keep this place a fortress, then you also win. They're coming for everything. And they're coming for your soul. All of these things, the more you adapt, the better you get at adapting. And the stronger you stay here, they can't get to that. It's much, much easier to do it with a group, with a tribe, whatever it is. Go find some groups, classes, communities, whatever it is. And if you can't, you struggle for that, and you're watching this video, I have a free community, and the link is in the pinned comment. So come and join us in there, and we discuss these topics and along these lines in discussion, deep discussions every single day. And you can connect with me on there as well. So hope to see you inside.